My beloved child, listen closely. I am not waiting on your perfection to pour out my blessings. I am not measuring your worth with the world's ruler. I am blessing you because I love you relentlessly. I see your flaws, your regrets, your missteps, and I love you still. This is not about deserving. It's about my desire to show you who I am. I am a father who blesses not out of obligation, but from overwhelming compassion. You doubted yourself for too long, thinking blessings are reserved for those who have it all together. But I tell you this urgently. Don't waste another second thinking you're unqualified. What heaven has prepared for you has nothing to do with merit, it has everything to do with mercy. I don't bless according to performance. I bless according to purpose. And your purpose is alive inside you, no matter how many setbacks tried to silence it. You've been looking for signs that I care. This is your sign. This moment is me whispering through everything around you. I bless you. Not later. Not when you feel better. Not when you fix everything. Now. I have stored goodness in heavenly places with your name etched into every blessing. You don't have to earn what I already decided to give. Walk forward knowing that what I'm releasing in your life isn't a reward, it's a revelation of my heart for you. Don't hesitate anymore. The blessing isn't coming because of who you've been, it's flowing because of who I am. And I am the God who blesses abundantly, beyond expectation, without delay. Let this truth shake your spirit awake, my child. I have watched every moment you were passed over, every time your voice was drowned out by noise, every instant you were made to feel invisible. But while the world may overlook you, I never blinked. I never turned away. I never needed applause or approval to recognize your worth. What others miss, I memorize. What they ignored, I preserve. Inside you are treasures I placed long ago, faith that never gave up, love that stayed pure, hope that refused to die. I saw it when you served quietly, when you celebrated others while secretly aching for your own breakthrough. I saw it when you smiled through disappointment and stayed kind when bitterness begged to enter your soul. And because I see it all, I bless you now, not just to lift you, but to show the world what they failed to notice. I will raise you in places you weren't even invited to. I will anoint you in rooms where your name was never spoken. This is not compensation, it's confirmation. You are my chosen, even when overlooked by man. You don't need the eyes of the crowd when you have the eyes of the King upon you. I bless you because I know what's hidden in your spirit: grit, grace, loyalty, integrity. I am calling it forward now. Let them wonder why you were chosen. Let them question how the one they bypassed is now the one being elevated. It's because I never missed you. And I bless what the world forgets. Don't shrink to fit their perception. Rise to meet my promise. You were never forgotten, only reserved for my perfect time. You cried behind closed doors thinking no one noticed. But I saw. Not one tear escaped my attention, not one sigh went unheard by heaven. You've been strong for everyone else, carrying burdens that were never meant to be yours alone. In the quietest hours, you whispered pain into your pillow, not knowing those whispers echoed in the halls of eternity. I was there, my child, not just as a witness but as your defender. I crouched beside you as your shoulders trembled and your faith tried to breathe through sorrow. You weren't alone in that room. You weren't abandoned in that pain. While no human hand reached for yours, mine did. While no earthly voice comforted you, mine spoke in silence. I bless those sacred spaces where your brokenness met my presence. I'm not distant from suffering, I am present in it. And the deepest blessings often grow in soil soaked with unseen tears. You endured what others couldn't understand, and you didn't give up. You stood when it felt impossible. You hoped again when it seemed foolish. And so now I bless you not out of pity, but because I honor what you carried and how you kept walking anyway. I saw when your strength failed, but your heart didn't quit. I'm blessing the wounds that tried to define you. I'm filling the hollow places that loss carved into your spirit. You thought no one noticed, but I did. And I respond not with silence, but with outpouring. Don't believe the lie that your lonely battles were wasted. I'm turning every hidden scar into strength, and every silent night into a stage for breakthrough. The world may applaud public victories, but I reward the private wars you've won with no audience. This is personal. I bless the parts of your story no one clapped for. I honor the places that felt forgotten. And I'm releasing blessings tailor-made for the pain you endured in secret. You are not unseen, you are saturated in my attention, and your midnight tears are opening the gates of morning miracles. There are moments when your voice fails you not because you don't want to speak, but because the weight within you feels too heavy to express. You've held words inside, not out of fear, but because your soul was too weary to shape them into sentences. You've stared at ceilings, sat in quiet corners, and walked through your days with prayers that were never spoken out loud, but I heard every single one. I don't require volume to hear you. I don't need words to understand you. I feel every trembling in your heart, every unspoken plea hidden beneath your breath. Your silence has not gone unnoticed in my kingdom. While the world only sees expressions, I perceive intentions. And that is why I bless you even now when you feel too numb to pray, too confused to know what to ask, too tired to keep repeating the same plea. I move in response to your stillness because even your quiet longing reaches me like thunder in heaven. I know what your silence is saying. I know what your silence is hiding. And I choose to bless you in it. You've believed that strength means always speaking, always declaring, but I tell you, child, there is power in the hush. There is divine depth in those quiet moments when you lay your burdens at my feet without saying a word. Your silence is not a sign of spiritual failure, it's a testimony of trust. You keep coming back to me, even if all you can do is sit in my presence without saying a thing. That is faith. That is surrender. And I bless surrender. I bless the posture of your heart, not the loudness of your voice. I am closer than your breath, and even the faintest cry from within you moves me. Stop judging yourself for how your prayers sound. I don't need elegant language, I need honest hearts. And yours has been honest even in the quiet. I'm responding not to the decibels of your cries, but to the desperation behind them. I'm not blessing you because you shouted the right words, I'm blessing you because you kept showing up in the silence. You didn't walk away. You didn't close the door. You stayed. And even when you felt nothing in return, you kept trusting that I heard. That kind of trust cannot go unrewarded. So today, I reach into your quiet places and pour my presence into them. I place peace where the unrest has grown. I place comfort where confusion lingered. I place clarity where only fog has filled your vision. Your silent seasons are becoming sacred ones. What you whispered in despair, I'm answering in delight. I'm blessing you in the stillness because that is where your true strength was born. While others saw nothing, I saw everything. You may not have shouted, but your spirit cried out, and I am answering. This is the moment when your silent prayers turn into visible wonders. Not because you performed, but because you persisted. I bless the ones who don't give up even when they feel unheard. And I am declaring over you now, your silence is not wasted, it is being woven into a song of deliverance that will echo across your life. You've walked through days that felt like deserts, dry, quiet, and endless. You've stood before doors that remained shut, hoping, pleading, and questioning if they'd ever swing wide. I know you've waited with hope in one hand and discouragement in the other. And here's what I want you to know, my precious one. I don't only bless you when things finally come together. I bless you in the middle, right in that sacred space between the asking and the answer. I bless you while you're still holding your breath, still checking the same door, still wondering how much longer. I see the courage it takes to keep showing up when nothing looks different. I see the strength it takes to keep trusting when you're surrounded by silence. And because I see it, I bless it. The world celebrates outcomes, but I honor obedience. You've chosen to stay grounded when you could have run. You've chosen to keep believing when you could have walked away. That's where my blessing begins, not at the finish line, but at the point where you decide not to quit. I'm shaping you in the waiting, refining the parts of you that only stillness can touch. While you're counting the days, I'm developing the depth. While you're asking when, I'm preparing the how. This delay isn't denial, it's divine design. I'm not withholding, I'm building. You see emptiness, but I see expansion. You feel forgotten, but I'm forming your foundation. Blessings aren't just gifts, they are markers of my movement. And yes, even when you can't see the door move, I'm still working behind it. While you're watching one thing, I'm orchestrating 10 others you can't see yet. I am not slow, my child, I am intentional. And when I choose to make you wait, it's never to punish you. It's to position you. I won't let you settle for something less than what I've promised. I bless you in the wait to sustain your hope, to prove that you're not abandoned in the process. Don't let delay translate into disappointment. I'm not finished yet. The blessing is not only what's coming, it's also what's happening inside you right now. You are maturing in the middle. You are learning how to lean into me, how to rest without answers, how to hope without evidence. That is growth the world can't measure, but I reward it. I bless your patience. I bless your perseverance. I bless your quiet faithfulness when you felt invisible and unheard. You've been faithful in the waiting, now I'll be generous in the unveiling. So hold tight. Keep standing. Let your heart know this. The waiting room is not a wasted place. It's where I whisper things that crowds can't hear. It's where I shake hearts for the next elevation. What's coming is great, but so is what's being done in you now. I am blessing every moment you chose to wait with trust instead of turning back in fear. And when the door does open, you won't just walk through it, you'll walk through it with the strength of someone who has been deeply formed by grace. You are not stuck. You are being stretched. And I am the one holding you together while the waiting shapes you. This moment, right now, is covered by my blessing, not because the breakthrough has arrived, but because your faith stayed awake while it was still dark. And soon, the light will come. But even before it does, remember this. I bless you in the waiting. And I have never left your side. There were days when you barely made it. Nights when the winds howled so loud, you wondered if I could even hear you. You've been tossed, shaken, stretched, and bent in ways no one else knew about. And still, you held on, not always because you felt brave, but because something in you refused to let go. That something was me. I was there when the storm hit hardest. I didn't stand far off watching, I stepped into the flood with you. I wrapped myself around your spirit when your voice trembled, when your knees buckled, when your heart felt like it would cave in. You thought you were surviving alone, but my hand was the one anchoring you all along. My beloved child, this is why I bless you, not just because you made it through, but because you clung to me when everything tried to pull you away. When confusion clouded your vision, you still called out my name. When pain tried to harden you, you chose to remain soft. That resilience didn't come from your own strength, it came from my spirit resting inside you. And every time you wanted to collapse but didn't, every time you could have cursed me but praised me instead, every moment you breathed through chaos and whispered, I trust you even if it hurt, I saw all of it. Heaven stood still to witness that kind of faith, and I will not let it go unrewarded. The world applauds surface victories, but I celebrate the inner battles, the ones no one saw, but I did. I bless the quiet endurance. I bless the sacred survival. I bless you not after the storm, but during it, because that's when you discovered who you really are, someone deeply loved, fiercely held, and fully known. The waves didn't destroy you, they revealed the foundation you stood on. And that foundation was me. Not your confidence, not your plans, not your understanding, just me. And I proved that I am enough. You may carry scars, but those marks are not shame, they are signs that the storm didn't win. They remind you that the darkness passed and didn't take you with it. They are stories etched into your soul of a God who didn't let go when everything else did. And I bless those stories. I breathe purpose into every bruise, every tear, every piece of shattered expectation that now glows with redemption. What the enemy used to try to silence you will now be the stage I use to speak through you. The storm that tried to bury you will become the testimony that lifts others. I bless not just your survival, I bless your transformation. You didn't walk out of the fire the same, and you weren't meant to. The storms didn't break you. They built in you something the peaceful days never could. I strengthened your discernment. I sharpened your clarity. I taught you to hear my voice through the roar. You now know how to trust without needing the comfort of calm. And that, my child, is unshakable faith. So don't wait for the applause of others. Let my blessing be your confirmation. You didn't drown. You didn't disappear. You emerge stronger, clearer, covered in grace. And I will use what was meant to bury you to launch you into the places I've been preparing all along. The storm didn't cancel my plans, it activated them. And now, with the storm behind you and my blessing before you, you're ready to walk where only the tested can go. I bless you not in spite of the storm, but because of what it awakened in you. The peace I give you is not like the calm the world offers, temporary, shallow, or dependent on perfect conditions. My peace isn't fragile. It doesn't shatter under pressure or vanish when circumstances shake. My peace is rooted in eternity, woven from the fabric of heaven, anchored in who I am, not what you feel or see. That is why I am blessing you now, in the very middle of your confusion. I see the thoughts that race through your mind, the heaviness that rests on your chest, the noise that drowns out clarity. I see the worries you've tried to silence by overthinking, by pretending, by holding everything together on the outside while unraveling on the inside. And I'm not here just to give you answers, I'm here to give you peace. Real peace. You peace. The kind that doesn't come from explanation, but from presence. My presence. You've tried to fix it all yourself. You've tried to stay composed while your foundation trembled beneath you. You've smiled when you felt nothing but pressure behind your eyes. But here is my declaration to you. I am interrupting the storm with stillness. I am stepping into your confusion with clarity that doesn't demand understanding. I am blessing you with a calm that has nothing to do with circumstances and everything to do with me being near. You don't have to figure it all out for peace to take root. My peace isn't earned, it's received. It flows not from resolution, but from surrender. And as you let go of needing to control the outcome, you make room for me to flood your spirit with serenity. This blessing doesn't mean the world will suddenly go quiet, it means you will no longer be at war within yourself. While the chaos may continue around you, you will be held together by the quiet power of my spirit. You will walk through turbulent spaces and carry peace like armor. You'll hear noise but be guided by stillness. You'll stand in situations that used to break you and realize they no longer hold the same power. That's what I'm doing in you. I'm building a peace that doesn't depend on calm weather, but on unshakable truth. I am with you. I am for you. I will not let the storm define your inner world anymore. You've asked me for understanding, and in time, I will unfold things for you. But first, I'm giving you something better. I'm giving you rest. Not the kind you earn through exhaustion, but the kind you enter by faith. Peace isn't passive, it's powerful. It's a declaration that says, I may not know what's happening, but I know who's holding me. That's why I bless you now with this peace. Because I want you to live, not survive. I want you to breathe without fear, chasing every breath. I want you to wake up without dread and sleep without the weight of the unknown crushing your chest. I want your heart to beat freely again, not in response to fear, but in rhythm with my love. Let me still the war inside you. Let me calm the ocean beneath your ribcage. Let me rewrite the soundtrack in your mind with words of truth. You are not forgotten. You are not trapped. You are not alone. You are seen by me, protected by me, and now blessed by me with peace that goes beyond your understanding. And this peace will be your anchor. It will walk ahead of you into rooms that once overwhelmed you. It will stay with you in transitions and through uncertainties. It will carry you through the unexpected. While others may wonder how you remain steady, you'll know the answer: you're covered in my peace. So pause, my child. Breathe. Let this blessing settle into your bones. You don't need to chase clarity right now. You need to rest in me. I am not late. I am not far. and my peace has already begun its work in you. It will grow. It will multiply. It will hold you through every unknown that lies ahead. This is my gift to you, not peace that is shallow or short-lived, but peace that stands unshaken because it is rooted in me. I bless you with this now, and it will not leave you. You've stood at countless crossroads, unsure which way to turn. You've asked me repeatedly, what do I do now? I'm waited for direction that felt delayed. You've overanalyzed, hesitated, and sometimes even feared taking the wrong step. I know the pressure that builds when every decision feels heavy, when each path seems to demand more certainty than you feel you have. But today, hear me clearly. I am blessing you with divine clarity, not born from logic, but from alignment with my voice. Not the kind of clarity the world offers through control or strategy, but the clarity that comes when my spirit gently settles into your being and lights the path one step at a time. You've wrestled with indecision, not because you lack wisdom, but because your heart desires to honor me in everything you choose. I've seen that. I've honored it. And now I'm lifting the fog that has lingered far too long. I'm parting the mental clutter, clearing the emotional static, and illuminating what needs to come next. This isn't about rushing ahead. It's about me guiding you moment by moment, one holy nudge at a time. I don't expect you to have it all figured out. That was never your burden to carry. I don't call you to perfection, I call you to presence. To stay close enough to me that even when the road twists unexpectedly, you're not shaken, because you know I'm still leading. Clarity is not always the loudest answer. It's often a gentle inner knowing, a whisper of peace in the middle of choices. And that's what I'm releasing into you now. Not pressure, but perspective. Not stress, but stillness. I'm helping you see with spiritual eyes beyond what's visible, beyond what others say. Because your purpose is unique, your process will be too. Stop comparing your journey to others. Their calling is not your compass. My voice is. I am the lamp to your feet, not a spotlight that shows the entire map. Trust me for the next small step, and I will bless it. Obedience always brings clarity, even when it begins with uncertainty. You've asked me why certain doors didn't open, why some paths were blocked, why the answer seemed hidden. My child, some no's were my mercy. Some delays were divine detours. Some places weren't prepared to receive the fullness of who you are becoming. And I couldn't let you settle for almost when I designed you for more. You thought the absence of direction meant absence of care, but I was simply protecting what I prepared. And now, as I bless you with clarity, I'm restoring your confidence not in your ability to decide, but in my ability to lead. You don't need a blueprint. You need a posture. A heart that says, God, I'll go where you go, even if I don't understand yet. That kind of surrendered clarity changes everything. It turns hesitation into holy courage. It silences the noise of opinions and strengthens your trust in divine timing. I'm aligning you with opportunities that carry my fingerprint. I'm removing distractions disguised as good options. I'm making the complicated feel simple, not because the process changed it, but because your awareness of me did. So breathe, my child. You are not lost. You are not late. You are not stuck. You are on a divine path, and I'm walking it with you. My clarity is coming not all at once, but exactly when you need it. Keep your heart open, your spirit quiet, and your faith steady. I am the God who finishes what He starts. You won't be left guessing forever. And even now, as you read these words, something is shifting inside you. A veil is lifting. A certainty is settling. A divine knowing is being born not from pressure, but from peace. That is my blessing over you now. Supernatural clarity to know what's yours, when to move, where to focus, and how to rest. You've come to places where the weight feels unbearable, where the steps ahead seem taller than the strength left in your legs. You've looked at the road in front of you and thought, I can't go any further. I've seen you trying to push forward, while your spirit silently pleads for rest. You haven't told everyone how tired you are. You've tried to carry burdens meant to be placed at my feet. You've whispered to me, Lord, this is too hard. And I want you to hear me now. I never expected you to do this alone. What overwhelms you has never once overwhelmed me. I am blessing you now not with the absence of difficulty, but with supernatural endurance to walk through what once made you feel paralyzed. You've measured your ability based on your resources, your energy, your knowledge. But strength isn't always about what you can summon from within, it's about what you receive from me. I am pouring divine resilience into your bones right now. A strength that doesn't burn out. A power that doesn't come from willpower or performance, but from my spirit living inside you. When your body feels weak and your mind feels scattered, my grace rushes in and fills every gap. I'm not watching from a distance, I'm holding you up when you think you're falling apart. I don't just give strength, I become your strength. I carry you when you can't carry yourself. And I do it with joy, not frustration. The path I've laid before you may stretch longer than you expected. It may curve in ways you didn't see coming. But nothing on that road will ever be too much for me to walk with you through. You may feel like quitting, but I'm not quitting on you. I'm lifting your arms, steadying your steps, renewing your breath. Every time you thought you were collapsing, it was my hands beneath you. And now, my child, I'm giving you new stamina not just to survive this stretch, but to rise stronger than you ever knew was possible. Don't let what you see tell you what's true. Let what I've spoken be your anchor. You said this is too much. And I say, nothing is too much when you walk with me. You've believed you were failing because you felt fragile. But weakness is not failure, it's where my power starts to shine brightest. I use broken vessels to carry unbreakable light. I use weary hearts to prove that my might isn't earned, it's received in surrender. You are not running on empty, you are being filled by heaven's wellspring. This isn't the end of your strength. This is the beginning of mine pouring through you. Others may wonder how you're still going. You may even ask that yourself. But the truth is, it's not about how, it's about who. I am sustaining you. I am the reason you haven't collapsed under the weight. I am the breath in your lungs, the fire in your spirit, the courage in your chest. I am the strength when you've got nothing left. And I'm not going anywhere. I am the God who strengthens the faint-hearted, who lifts the weary from the dust, who gives power to the powerless. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to pretend. You only have to lean in. So breathe, beloved. Let this blessing reach your deepest weariness. Let it wash over your tired mind and aching body. You're not behind. You're not broken beyond repair. You're on sacred ground. And in this very moment, I am blessing you with the strength that outlasts the struggle. You will finish the race not because you had all the answers, but because you kept holding my hand. Let this be your testimony. When you were weak, I was strong, and that was more than enough. You've wondered why a stranger smiled at you when your heart was breaking. You've questioned how someone called or messaged you at the exact moment your spirit was about to give up. You've received small acts of love, unexpected help, undeserved favor, unexplained provision, and thought it was coincidence. But I'm here to tell you it wasn't random. It was me. It was always me. I have been orchestrating divine moments in ordinary ways. I have sent my compassion through people who may not even know me. I've whispered into the hearts of others, and they responded without even knowing why. Because when I decide to bless you, I will move heaven and earth to make sure it finds you, even if it has to arrive through unfamiliar hands. You often look for miracles in the dramatic, but some of my greatest blessings arrive wrapped in simplicity. I use people you never expected to say the thing you needed to hear. I guide hearts, conversations, and circumstances in a way that seems invisible but is entirely intentional. This is how I cover you. I sow grace into the fabric of your daily life, not just your prayer moments. And I want you to recognize it when someone holds the door, when someone chooses gentleness, when someone includes you, when someone gives without being asked. Those are traces of my hand. I am sending reminders that you are not forgotten. Even when the person doesn't know why they are drawn to help you, I do. I place the seed there. This is how my blessing moves. It doesn't always arrive with a trumpet. It often walks quietly into the room, using voices and hands that are just going about their day. But when they cross paths with you, something eternal happens. I assign people to carry pieces of my goodness to you. I whisper nudges into their thoughts, send that message, check on them, give that gift, offer that opportunity, and they obey. On where they are delivering, heaven's response. That's what favor looks like. Not luck. Not accident. My design. You see, my child, when you feel isolated, I send my love through others. When you pray for provision, I send it through vessels I've prepared in advance. When you feel unseen, I stir someone's heart to acknowledge you. You have not been navigating life alone. I've been weaving a web of mercy beneath you the entire time. And some of the threads I've used are people who don't realize they're participating in a miracle. That's the beauty of my sovereignty. I can use anyone, anywhere, at any moment. So stop underestimating small kindnesses. They are never small when they are sent from me. Begin to see me in the unexpected smiles, in the favor that finds you, in the friend who calls randomly, in the person who gives generously without knowing your need. That's me, working behind the scenes with precision. I bless you this way to remind you that my care is constant, not occasional. I bless you through human hands to anchor you in divine love. And I will continue to do it. I will surprise you. I will surround you with support. I will send encouragement when you feel unseen. You don't have to chase it. I will bring it to you. Because you are my priority. You are my beloved. And I will always make sure that love reaches you, even if I have to use someone who doesn't even understand what's happening. My spirit moves beyond boundaries, beyond expectations, beyond what makes sense. So stay open. Stay expectant. Your next blessing may not come wrapped in the package you expect, but it will be perfect, personal, and right on time. Let this be your reassurance. I am not limited by who knows you or who approves of you. I am not confined to your circle or your expectations. I will use the least likely people to show you my glory. And when I do, you'll know this truth in your heart: I blessed you, and no one can take that away. That's how deeply I love you. That's how far I'm willing to go to make sure you know you are not alone. You are held. You are surrounded. You are blessed. Amen.